So yesterday in the class you have seen about the sugar. What is sugar? Sugar is one of the most vital ingredients in bakery and confectionery. It is not only used for the sweetness. Sugar has various other characteristic features in the processing of breads and other bakery products. The functions of sugar I will explain to you. Before that, I would like to talk about sugar. Sugar, everything we have got sugar. Sugar, it is the base of carbohydrates. Right? Carbohydrate in the sense starches. Sugar we can classify into some groups: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. So, what are these monosaccharides? Sugar in simple form. The simple sugar or single sugar is called monosaccharide. The combination of two single sugars are called disaccharide, and the complex sugar is called polysaccharide. The example for polysaccharide is starch, which is available in root vegetables, potatoes, sweet potatoes, tapioca, etc., and rice. What is disaccharide then?
Two monosaccharides combined to form
Two single sugars combined to form a disaccharide. The best example is sucrose. Generally we call it as table sugar, right? It is a combination of fructose and glucose. Then the sugar which is available in the flour is called maltose, and the sugar which is present in milk is called lactose. So sucrose, lactose and maltose, these comes under disaccharides. And the examples for monosaccharides are glucose, fructose. Glucose is otherwise called as dextrose. Fructose is otherwise called as labellose, and galactose. Right? So these sugars, how it is being manufactured? Right? The regular industrial use, the factory sugar is obtained by the crystallization of the extraction and the crystallization of sugar cane and sugar beets. Right? So generally we can define sugar as sugar is a white crystalline powder obtained by concentrating the juice or sap of sugar cane and sugar beets and crystallizing. Right? So there are some step-by-step process involved. Sugar is harvested first, then it is taken to the industry, milling industry, where it is shredded, pressed to extract the juices. Then the juice is mixed with the milk of lime and left. So carbon dioxide is infused. So milk and lime, which will attract more impurities from the sugar. Then it is concentrated with boiling water below the caramelization temperature of the sugar. In low temperatures, it is more concentrated, and the sugar crystals are separated. Then it is spun in a centrifuge to separate more solid sugar crystals. Then the removed, concentrated form of sugar is called as mascate, which will be golden in nature, right? Similar to golden syrup. Then it is further mixed with the sugar solution or sugar syrup, raw mental sugar, right? Then large crystals are allowed to form. These large crystals are further mixed with sugar syrup, then concentrated by evaporation with a slow temperature. Then The large crystals are collected and spun in a centrifugal machine to produce sugar crystals. So after removing all sugar crystals, the leftover liquid is called as molasses. The leftover liquid is called molasses. The sugar, we cannot further extract more sugar crystals from it. It is called molasses. Right? In the refining process itself, we get different types of sugar. Right? They are usually named after the origin of the region. Especially one sugar is called brown sugar. Brown sugar is an unrefined sugar which has a darker brownish color to lighter brownish color. Say for example, Demerara is a darker brown sugar. It's from the Demerara region. Then Turbinado sugar is there, Muscovado sugar is there. These three are brown sugars. It is unrefined form of sugar. It has the traces of glucose, sucrose, and it gives unique flavor when you make apple strudel, apple pie, and especially plum cakes. This brown sugar is. The more pure refined form of sugar we call it as granulated sugar, which is a coarsely particles of sugar which is ground into coarsely powder. This we generally call it as table sugar, sucrose, which is generally used in confectionery and sweetening tea, coffee and other desserts and sweet dishes. This granulated sugar is of course slightly cheaper compared to other sugars. Then one more sugar is called as castor sugar. This is ultra refined or super fine sugar. It is more finer than the granulated sugar. It easily dissolves, so that this is also used in the process of making cakes and desserts. Slightly costlier than granulated sugar. Then one more sugar we have seen is cube sugar. For purposes we can have the measurement. 1 or 2 cubes in a cup of coffee we can be added. This is just a castor sugar which is formed into lumps and cut into equal cube size. Then you have sugar candy. Then powdered sugar. Pulverized sugar into very fine powder is called powdered sugar. The next one is icing sugar. Icing sugar and powdered sugar, many have a confusion. Icing sugar and powdered sugar has difference in it. Icing sugar has one more ingredient called calcium carbonate, and icing sugar is very finely pulverized like a talcum powder, very fine, which will have a free flowing characteristic features. Free flowing by the help of the fillers called calcium carbonate and starch. Not more than 2 to 3% of cornstarch is mixed into the icing sugar. It is a very fine powder. You should not get confused with the icing sugar and powdered sugar. Powdered sugar is just pulverized, whereas icing sugar has this free flowing ingredients. And icing sugar is mostly used for making different icings, and icing on a cake, it will have a smooth and very fine texture. It is more costlier than the powdered sugar. Powdered sugar is just powder to make cakes and cookies. The next is you have some other byproducts of sugar. Invert sugar. The disaccharide, the sucrose, which is inverted to a simple sugar. Hydrochloric acid is one ingredient which is used to make the invert sugar, the regular sugar, into the sugar, and which will have not more than 50% moisture content in it. This invert sugar also is very similar to a corn syrup or liquid glucose, which will have the viscosity of the same. It is a colorless, odorless syrup. Then one more sugar is called your corn syrup. Starch is gelatinized by adding moisture. Once it is gelatinized, weaker acid is added to make this sugar to a liquid glucose consistency, which is otherwise called as corn syrup, used in sugar boiling and used in many cakes. it will have the pliability and stability to the products. And molasses, you know, a dark viscous liquid left after the sugar refining is called molasses. And one more sugar product is there called raisin, which is nothing but this molasses is diluted and it is concentrated to form this golden syrup. This syrup is used in many bakery products, right, which has a unique flavor like brown sugar. But this is all about sugar. And I explained to you, told you about sugar boiling methods. There is a recipe for sugar boiling. Usually granulated sugar is added to make the sugar boiling recipe. Granulated, for 1 kilo granulated sugar, you are supposed to add half liter water, then 200 grams of liquid glucose or corn syrup. Along with it, you should add some 3 to 5 grams of citric acid to prevent the crystallization. And you should not stir it, just use a thermometer, carefully boil it, melt all that. By using a sugar thermometer, you are supposed to see the consistencies, various consistencies of sugar. I told you the different consistencies, like it starts from 105 degrees Celsius. Have you written down that?
Single standard.
What is the stage at 105 degrees Celsius? It's a thin syrup. Then once it reaches to 110 degrees Celsius, thick syrup stage. Then it reaches to 115 degrees Celsius is called as soft ball stage. Then at 125 degrees Celsius it is called as hard ball stage. And 130 degrees Celsius it is called as soft cracked stage. And when it reaches to 140 to 145 degrees Celsius it is called as hard cracked stage. Once the sugar reaches into 160 degrees Celsius, that stage is called caramel stage. And it reaches to 170 degrees Celsius, this stage is called blackjack. It will be dark brown. So the blackjack stage, we melt the sugar to make plum cakes. And the hard crack stage, that is 145 degrees Celsius. Jack. JSC. Caramel also we make to make caramel puddings, caramel custards, and even for brown color cakes this caramel is used. Then the hard crack stage is very important stage. If you know how to boil it without crystallization, in this stage you can do pulled sugar, blown sugar works. Right? You can make artistic centerpieces with this blown sugar, right? 145 degrees Celsius. For that you require a proper temperature, and you should maintain that 145 degrees Celsius throughout your work under the heating lamp. You can make a lot of flowers, swan, lot of sugar-based designs at this stage. Now the general uses of sugar in bakery. Apart from giving sweetness, it acts as a food for the yeast in yeast fermented products. It prevents the growth of harmful bacteria. It increases the keeping quality of the product. It retains the moisture and the softness of the product. It breaks down the gluten structure once it is added into a particular percentage, thus helping in short-rest based products. And once it is used in minimal quantities in yeast fermented products, it acts as a lubricant and it helps in development of gluten. Right? It acts as a preservative to the product. It is reduces the caramelization temperature of the sugar. It reduces the freezing point. It reduces the freezing and boiling temperatures. So it works better in the making of ice creams and other things. And it gives volume to the product as it is little heavy, and also this sugar improve the crumb structure of the bread by giving a web-like structure and a uniform web-like structure with a nice color, and it caramelizes and gives nice golden brown color to the product. It acts as a preservative. As it has more calorific value, it fulfills the energy requirement of the product. It is not only for the sweetness, also it has various other functions. So it plays a vital role in bakery and confectionery. So it is necessary, it's a sweet topic to know about sugar. Once again you go through it, you read it, you read the notes, you will understand about sugar. It is not more important for us to know the manufacturing process in detail, but still this is how sugar is being manufactured. Other forms of sugar is a honey. It is, it is cultivated, honey bee harvested, and the honey bee collects nectars from the leaves and the flowers during the season and collect it. That honey is also used as a sweetening agent. And naturally, palm jaggery is there from palm sap. It is the evaporation of moisture and liquids and crystallization of palm sap is called palm jaggery. It is called coconut jaggery, and the coconut sugar is available. These sugars are natural and good for health, but still when it comes to calorific value, it is not much lower as compared to the white sugar. Right? White sugar has a lot of characteristic features in the bakery and confectionery production. All right, is it clear? So,